everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be about opposite signs, more specifically Aries and Libra. I'm sure you have heard the saying that goes, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. This is actually a really good analogy when comparing the differences between the sign of Aries and the sign of Libra, as Mars rules over the sign of Aries, so Aries is a much more masculine, turbulent, aggressive, and direct sign. Venus rules over the sign of Libra, which makes Libra a much more feminine, peaceful, beautiful, and loving sign. Firstly, I'm going to get started with Aries. People who are Aries, or people who have strong Aries energy in their natal charts, are people that are hyper-independent. These are the people that function very, very well on their own, and they do not need anybody holding their hand or guiding them throughout life. They're also very fearless and they do not mind to tackle things on their own. Aries people do not need the approval of other people, and they are who they are. Aries people will wear what they want to wear. They'll go where they want to go, and they'll do what they want to do. Whether other people approve of who they are or what they're doing, they don't really care. They just continue to do what they want to do, and they be who they want to be. Most Aries people will also not sacrifice their own wants and their own needs for other people. If something requires an Aries to make a sacrifice to themselves and what they want, they will likely not proceed with it. Aries people are hyper aware of their own wants and their own needs, and they will not give up their wants and needs for anyone. Aries people mainly base their identity on their personal accomplishments throughout life. It is very important for an Aries person to accomplish things, because the way that they feel secure and confident within themselves is when they're able to accomplish things completely on their own by themselves. This is why Aries people do not need other people to feel secure. They do not really need intense, deep relationships with other people, because they do not really base their happiness off of their relationships and off of other people, but they base their happiness off of their capability of achieving and their capability of being able to do things completely on their own. An Aries person will not feel accomplished if their accomplishments were achieved through the help of other people. An Aries person needs to feel like their accomplishments were 100% achieved by themselves. Due to this, Aries people can often push people away because they do not really want the input of other people. They do not want the help and the advice of other people, and they usually think that their way is the best way. Aries people are incredibly motivated. They're incredibly energetic. They've got lots of energy in them, and most of your Aries people actually don't need to sleep that much. They can get by on very little sleep and still have a lot of energy the next day. Your average person who is an Aries or has strong Aries energy will be more of a lone wolf. This will be a kind of person who's not always surrounded by friends, they're not always surrounded by other people, and they function perfectly fine, completely on their own and just doing things by themselves. They actually prefer to do things by themselves because then they can do things their way. When there's other people with them, they can get a little bit annoyed because then they have to start thinking about the other person and what the other person needs. And as you guys know, that is not what Aries is about. A lot of the times, Aries people can feel that other people weigh them down, that other people are too slow and other people are not as efficient and headstrong as what they are. A negative trait that Aries can have is doing things without thinking. They dive headfirst into situations and they do not plan their actions, and they do not plan what the outcome might be. Due to this, they can actually end up in a lot of unfavorable situations and bad situations that they do not really know how to get themselves out of. It is very important for Aries people to learn to think before they act. However, this can be very, very tricky for them, as this is not something that is in their nature. Most Aries people don't really think of the repercussions or the after effects or how their actions will affect other people. They usually just go ahead and they act. Because it's difficult for Aries people to see the needs of others and to see life through the eyes of other people. They mainly only see their own needs. They mainly only see their own existence. When they act, they do not think of how their actions can affect other people because they're not really thinking about the other people. They're mainly thinking about themselves. Now, a lot of people say Aries is a selfish sign. However, I do disagree with this. Aries isn't really selfish. Aries just has a hyper awareness of themselves. A good analogy I like to use for this is the analogy of a baby. A baby is only aware of itself and its own personal needs. A baby is not aware of anything else in this world. A baby is not aware of other people's emotions and other people's needs. It's only aware of its own needs. Aries has a very similar energy to this, where they're mainly only aware of what they're experiencing and they aren't too bothered with what other people are experiencing. Your typical Aries person will be rather sporty, they can be quite masculine, and they're not too concerned with physical appearances and beauty. However, I have noticed you do get a lot of Aries females that do have this feminine beauty about them, but a lot of them will have some kind of sporty element to their physical appearance or some kind of masculine appearance to them. Because Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war, Aries people can be very argumentative. They have a fighter spirit. An Aries person does not back down. And it's very tricky to win an argument with an Aries person because they will keep fighting. They will keep arguing until you back down. Aries people do not give in. They want to win no matter what, and they will always win. So now, no matter how hard you try to win with an Aries, you most likely won't. And what I can say is you're just gonna have to probably end up giving in to them and saying, yes, okay, you're right, because Aries is the sign of the fighter, and Aries will never give in. They will never give up until they've won. Aries people can really tend to rush things a lot because they want to be the first to accomplish it. They want to be first in line. They want to be the winner. They want to hit that finish line before everybody else. And the only way for them to be first every single time is to rush through things and get things done very, very quickly. Aries people are also not avoidant people. They deal with things very directly. If an Aries is faced with a tricky or a difficult situation, they will not try and back down. They will not try and avoid the situation and not deal with the situation. They will tackle that situation head first, no matter how intimidating or scary it might be. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about Libra, which is Aries' opposite sign. Libra is ruled by Venus, which is the planet of peace, love, beauty, and harmony. Unlike Aries that are independent and prefer to do things on their own, Libra people can be rather codependent, and it's tricky for a Libra person to go out there and function if they're completely alone. A Libra person always needs to have another person to bounce their ideas off of. A Libra person, in essence, always needs somebody by their side holding their hand and guiding them through life. If a Libra is alone and if a Libra is lonely, they become incredibly depressed because it's very tricky for them to be alone. There always has to be another person. There always has to be a partner in their life or a friend for them to feel complete and happy. It is tricky for a Libra to complete tasks completely on their own, and they do need the inputs and the feedback of other people in their lives to feel secure with their decisions. For Libra, the approval of other people is incredibly important. Unlike Aries, who does not need the approval of others, Libra bases their happiness and their identity off of their relationships and off of the way that other people sees them. When a Libra knows another person does not like them and another person sees them in a bad light, it can really upset them. And the Libra will really, really try hard to please this person and to win this person's affection over. A Libra cannot stand it when a person does not like them, and a Libra cannot stand it when they are having conflict or drama with another person. It is incredibly important for a Libra that other people approve of who they are and that they actually have happy, harmonious relationships with these people. A lot of Libras and people with strong Libra energy are very willing to sacrifice their wants and their needs for the happiness of others. Unlike Aries, who will never sacrifice what they want and what they need, a Libra will practically always sacrifice what they want and what they need. To Libra, the happiness of the people that they care about and the happiness of the people around them is more important than their own wants and their own needs, and this is why they are so willing to sacrifice it. A lot of people can say that Libras are pushovers due to this. However, I do not believe this is true. I just think that Libras are very incredible people who want to make life very pleasant and amazing for other people. I do not really think they're pushovers. So like I said, Libras base their identity off of their relationships with other people. So if a Libra does not have secure, healthy, and strong relationships with other people, it can be very tricky for a Libra to feel confident and secure with who they are. Many Libra people can have a bit of a lazy side to them where they can be quite unmotivated if other people in their life are not motivating them and pushing them. It is important for a Libra to be encouraged and to be pushed by the people in their life to succeed and reach their accomplishments, because it can be very tricky for them to build this power and strength within themselves completely on their own, such as what an Aries can. It is incredibly tricky for a Libra to function alone, and you'll likely notice that a Libra will always have another person, either a partner or a friend, tagging along with them, and this person can likely be joined to the hip with the Libra, or the Libra will likely have a whole group of friends. When a Libra is left alone with their thoughts, they can become very unhappy. Unlike Aries, that is incredibly direct and acts without thinking, Libras think every single decision they make through thoroughly. Libras sometimes think things through so much that it takes them so long to decide, and a lot of them never end up making decisions. Libras can be incredibly indecisive as they lack knowing which choice is the right choice to make, because they fear if they make the wrong choice that there is going to be negative repercussions due to this choice. The worst nightmare for a Libra is for them to do something that ends up hurting or disadvantaging another person. That is the worst thing they can ever do. That is why they actually avoid taking action, because they're so fearful of how this action can disadvantage others. You guys can see how their mentality is completely different from the Aries mentality, where they do not really think about how it affects other people whatsoever. If a Libra knows that their action and what they're going to do is likely going to hurt other people and there's going to be negative effects and outcomes for this action, they will not take that action. A Libra weighs out all the possibilities before they do something. Because Libra is ruled by Venus, they are incredibly concerned with appearances and with beauty. So you will find a lot of Libra people put a lot of effort into making themselves look beautiful. Your average Libra person has quite a feminine appearance. Unlike Aries people who have more of a masculine and sporty appearance, Libra people can have a very feminine, beautiful, and soft appearance to them. Libras hate confrontation. They are very peaceful spirits and they hate arguing and fighting with other people. Libras can actually have a very avoidant personality where they'd rather not deal with the arguments and they'd rather not deal with the drama that's associated with interacting with other people. Libras hate arguing. They hate conflict. Unlike Aries natives who are very strong in proving their point and arguing and making sure that they win, Libras do not care about winning. Libras just don't want to argue. They will let you win as long as there's no arguments. Now, like I said, they can have somewhat of an avoidant personality where they avoid conflict, and due to this, they can sometimes avoid stressful situations in life. Libras need to learn to not back down from situations when it seems intimidating and to actually tackle the challenge and to prove to themselves that they're able to do it and get through it. A lot of the times, Libras just avoid dealing with tough, challenging situations in life because they are so fearful of what can happen. However, if they just try, they can actually see that they can be very powerful, capable people. Libras aren't very concerned with winning, and Libras would rather lose, however, make sure that everybody gets their fair share and everybody is considered and happy. So unlike Aries, that is very concerned with the self and the own needs and their own accomplishments and achievements in life, Libra is focused on others. Libra is the sign of partnership. So Libra is focused on helping other people build their strength, helping other people work towards their goals and accomplishments. Libras are in essence the people that stand behind other people, motivating them to get to where they want to be. Libras are incredibly aware of the needs of other people, and majority of their focus in life is on blending themselves with other people and allowing themselves to be one with others. In order for a person to be one with others, you need to put your own wants and your own needs aside and think of the needs of others, which is exactly what Libra does. However, like I always say, people who have both Aries and Libra aspects in their chart can have a combination of both these qualities, where they can be quite considerate of other people, but they can also have somewhat of a selfish side sometimes. Okay guys, so this is my video on Aries and Libra and the main differences between them. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to add anything to what I've said, please let me know in the comments. I've added the link to my Patreon in the description to this video if you'd like to become a patron of mine. And I've also added the links to my social media if you would like to follow me. Thanks again for watching this video, and I will see you next time.